Quadratic inequalities. Solve the inequality 2x squared minus 3x minus 2 is less than or equal to 0. So we attempt to solve the quadratic like we normally do by trying to factorize. So the product will be 2 times minus 2, which is minus 4, and the sum will be minus 3. We want two numbers whose product is minus 4 and whose sum is minus 3. So my minus 4 and 1, let's just check that. Minus 4 times 1 is minus 4, so that's okay because that's what we wanted. And minus 4 plus 1 is equal to minus 3, so that's what we wanted. So we now write the inequality down, 2x squared, and we split the middle up into minus 4x plus x minus 2 is less than or equal to 0. Group these two together, take out the highest common factor, which is 2x, and what we're left with in the brackets is x minus 2. Group the next two together, there is no common factor, so we'll write it down in brackets, and it's a good idea now to write it just in front of this, a 1. Still less than or equal to 0. X minus 2 is now a common factor, so it can come out. So you're going to get x minus 2, 2x plus 1 is less than or equal to 0. Right. X is equal to 2 will make that 0, and x is equal to minus 1/2 will make that 0. These are called the critical values. This is what you must do first. Then you make a table. You take the lowest one, you do x less than the lowest one, so it's x less than minus 1/2, and then doing x between the two, minus 1/2 and less than 2, and then bigger than 2. Down here we write down the two brackets in any order. So we've got 2x plus 1, x minus 2, and then we've got the result of doing 2x plus 1 times x minus 2. We pick three numbers, one which all fit these categories. So here I'm going to use minus 1 because it's less than 1/2. Here it's obviously use 0 because it's in between minus 1/2 and 2. And here I'm going to use 3. And then you take these numbers and you substitute them into these brackets and work out whether the answer is positive or negative. If you substitute minus 1 in here, so minus 1 times 2 is minus 2, minus 2 plus 1 is negative, and so on. You put 0 in, this will be positive, and if you put 3 in, this will be positive. Again, now you do it for the second bracket. If you put in minus 1 take away 2 is negative, 0 take away 2 is negative, but 3 minus 2 is positive. Then you work out by multiplying, a negative times a negative will give you a positive. A positive times a negative will give you a negative. A positive times a positive will give you a positive. We wanted to know where this is less than or equal to 0. That means we wanted to know where this is negative. Therefore, we're going to select this one and say that x has to be between minus 1/2 and 2, and also equal to it because we've got the equal sign here. So the answer to this problem is minus 1/2, x being between minus 1/2 and x is less than 2. And then again we've got the number line solution there, both circles filled in. Now this process can be extended even to cubics as well. Same sort of idea. If you want to look at it graphically, here's a graph of y is equal to 2x squared minus 3x minus 2. Here we have the two roots, here and here. This is at minus 1/2 and 2. We're going to join in the line between them. This bit is where the graph is negative, it's below the x-axis, less than 0. And therefore we get exactly the same answer as before. So you can look at it graphically as well. You might like to look at it graphically when you try some in the exercise.